That's right, 𝗃𝗊𝗲 lovers, we're back, and this time we've got a great video explaining all the differences between the Nash Siren R2s, the R3 Pluses and the Nash Siren R4. Right, you beautiful lot, let's get into it. But before you start thinking this is going to be another video telling me how to turn alarms on and off, or syncing them with the receiver, or changing the LED colours, I can assure you that is not the case. That's what other videos are for, and that's also what the instruction manual is for. This is a bit more of an informative video to help you understand the Nash alarm range. So that starts with the Nash Siren R2s, then the Nash Siren R3 Pluses, and then the Nash Siren R4s. So this video will hopefully help you understand the tech spec differences between the three, and therefore if you're looking to purchase some, you can make more of an informed decision and decide which one suits your angling needs better. So let's start off with these little beauties that are on my rods here, and these are the Nash Siren R2s. Now these alarms, just like their bigger brothers, have 5 LED colours. So you've got your red, your blue, your white, your purple, or if you're extra carpy, they've got the green. They also have 6 sensitivity settings, and the sensitivity settings are from 10mm right up to 85mm. They also have this really nice direct screw thread which allows you to connect Nash bobbins and slap heads. If you've got a chain, you can probably mix and match with any other bobbin, but if you're like me, if you've got Nash alarms, you've got to have Nash bobbins. They also have this one-touch muting feature. Now this is an absolute must nowadays, because you don't want to just annoy your neighbour or yourself for that matter when you're setting your bobbins. You just press the mute button and it allows you to set your bobbin without making a noise. In some scenarios, I actually like to keep the mute on and then just have the volume coming through my receiver. With regard to the unmistakable noise that a siren makes, it has 5 tone settings. It also has that really important low battery warning sign. Just like all the siren range of alarms, it's got removable snag ears. And at the bottom of the alarm, just where the screw is, it's supplied with a rubber compression washer, which just allows for perfect alignment on your buzz bars or bank sticks. And again, just like all Nash alarms, they're supplied with a rubberized protective PVC case. Now the alarms are also powered by a CR2 battery. Now that's not included. So if these are on your Christmas list, you now know that whoever's getting them for you needs to get batteries separately. And then you're not that kid that opens a present at Christmas Day and you have the whole batteries not included scenarios. This lovely little R2 receiver has a high strength, long range, accurate remote function. The receiver automatically replicates the LED colour that you've programmed into the R2 alarm, and the same with the tone. It will automatically replicate whatever tone you've set on the R2 alarm. This little function at the back is where your volume adjustment is, and then it also has this really important low battery warning, which obviously lets you know something needs to change. You can see on the receiver that it's got 4 channels, therefore you can pair it up with 4 Siren R2 alarms. The receiver is also supplied with this lovely little lanyard, which just comes in handy if you want it hanging around. Now the receiver is also powered by a different battery than the alarm, and if you're looking for the battery code on these, it's CR123A. Right, so moving on to the R3 Pluses. So here's the R3 Plus. So as you can see, there's a noticeable size difference. Not much, but just enough. Visually, they're about the same. The only difference to really note, other than the connection for your bobbins, is the fact that the R3 Plus has 2 LEDs. Now I prefer that a lot more, because last night I got a liner on the R2, and when I looked at 𝗦𝗶𝗺𝗶𝗹, I couldn't quite see which rod it was because I was on the the wrong side of the LEDs, whereas with this, if I'd have had these on, I'd have been able to see which rod it was a lot easier. But other than that, visually, they are about the same. So these alarms, just like the others, come in different LED colours. There's 5 of them in total, and that's your red, your blue, your green, your white and your purple. Now these alarms have a pulsing LED output connection. Now that makes them compatible with the Nash Siren glow bobbins and also the swing arm illuminated indicators. But it also comes with a handy little converter, which means you can connect chains, or your swinger arms can just screw in perfectly. Now the 2 speed sensing settings on these alarms are used to get rid of false indications from wind, drift and drag. And then the roller wheel sensing option allows you to get indications on slow takes. So such as winter zigging, for example. These alarms have 5 variable tone settings and also 4 volume settings. And again, that all important one-touch mute button. If you're ever on a lake and you see me on it, please use this function. So just like the other alarm, it's got removable rubberized snag ears, and these are powered with the same batteries, so the CR2 batteries, which are the same ones that's in the Nash Siren R2s. Now this receiver, same as the other receivers in the range, will replicate the exact tone that you've paired your R3 alarm head to. And the same with the LED colour. So this will replicate whatever colour on the LED on the alarm will then appear on the LED on the receiver. Now as you can see from the receiver, it has 5 channels, but it's got 4 channels for pairing with the single R3 Plus alarms, but then it's got your buddy channel. So that's the 5th channel within the receiver, and that can be paired to up to 32 other R3 alarms. The receiver also has a volume adjustment, a mute and a vibration function. Now another upgrade on the R3 receiver is last event recall. Now I really like this. So on the R2 receiver, once the receiver goes off, you can't then click on the receiver to see what rod last beeped. Whereas on these you can. And as I said, I really like this touch. So you can just press the power button on the receiver and it'll beep to show you which rod last went. These are powered by a CR123A battery. And I'm moving on to the R4s. As you can see visually, there's a lot of difference between the two. The basis of the shape is there. This one just has a bit more curve to it, is a lot bigger, and just looks a bit more techie, which is exactly what it is. Now these R4 alarms are the first alarms that have been designed for the global sport of carp fishing. Now that is everything down to your local estate lake, to your European or even your global adventures. Never before has there been an alarm head that has absorbed so much technology. These R4 alarms will give you an indication caused by a carp in any environment. So these alarms have got the 5 sensitivity settings for all conditions and all environments. They also have 8 options for adjusting the tone and the volume. Just like the other alarms in the range, they have the 5 LED colour outputs. These LEDs, however, have a wrap-round LED. So as you can see, the shape is a little bit different. It's called a wrap-around LED. So therefore the visibility from all angles is just a lot better. You've got a choice of 2 brightness settings as well for each LED colour. Just like the R3 Plus, they've got the pulsing LED outputs, which you can connect any bayonet attachment for night glow indicator range. They also do come with the extra converter to allow you to put your normal screw bobbins in. Now these alarms are designed to combat the worst conditions which carp angling can throw at you, and that's why Nash have included this nice little rubber insert on each side of the alarm to allow you to protect your carbon just in case the worst happens. As you already know, I'm a huge fan of muting on alarms, and this alarm actually has 3 muting configurations rather than just the 1. As standard, they also have the low battery warning, and the snag ears are removable. It also has drop back sensing, which gives you a different tone, so you can tell the difference between the nature of the take. Now these alarms have a more convenient battery type. These run off 2 AAA batteries. Now another nice touch on these alarms, and it's the reason why I'm covering it last, is this little light on the back. So it's like a homecoming guidance type light. A few people I've spoken to are going, what's that for? And obviously after I've explained it, they've gone, yes, that is the alarm for me because I'm doing such and such and such and such. So what this guidance light is, if you're not experienced on fishing big waters and going out on a boat and things like that, this is probably a little bit alien to you. So why I like this so much is to me, it's very much a safety feature for your own personal well-being. So as I mentioned, if you've not been out on boats before, especially in the darkness, you can go out on a big pit, and you're there and you're rowing, and you can go a couple of 100 yards out, place your rig, you turn round, and even with your head torch in, you are just looking into an abyss of darkness. You can't see the bank, you can't see the tree line, you can't see anything. Not only is it a bit daunting, it's extremely dangerous, which is where this guidance light comes back in. With the guidance light, especially if you've got 3 of them all set up, it'll be this nice little homing beacon for you to be able to get back to your pegs safely during the hours of darkness. And then finally, the receiver. The receiver is just bigger and better with loads of nice little touches. It does everything that the other receivers do and then a little bit more. And I actually use these, so I've got a set of R4s, and the reason that made me choose them was solely down to the receiver, because the receiver doesn't need batteries. It's a USC, I think it is. It's a USC charger, so when I get that dreaded low battery warning, I'm in 𝗲𝗶𝗺𝗶𝗹, I can just plug it into my charger and I'm away. Just like the other receivers, almost everything is controlled by this. So the backlight, which I showed earlier, which is the homecoming light, is all controlled with this. You've got an on and off button basically for that function. And then this is nice as well. It's got this little like stand on the back, which you can have it set to your preference. In fairness, you can have it sort of upright like that at attention, or you can have it sideways. But then again, it does also come with the standard lanyard. Right, so as usual, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't be that guy who always does the thumbs down. Let's be positive today and let's all go for a thumbs up. If you're thinking about purchasing these and you want to know the price, then contact your local retailer. They will give you a price, or go on the Nash website, which will give you more information that I've covered today. Also, be a diamond and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and if you do click on that bell, you'll get the notifications of all the up and coming videos that 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗺cy do.